This is Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight on Point Blank, a day after we sold out our Heritage Caravan tickets, which is part of the Heritage Month, I am joined by the woman whose job it is to help protect our heritage. Our minister for 3 portfolios in one: tourism, culture, creative arts. But before then, the people of Ketu South went to the polls and elected her member of parliament. And before then, she is the mamaga, my own mamaga, Honorable Abla Dzifa Gomashie, where Abla means she's a Tuesday born and today being Tuesday. Mamaga always on.
Aha, that's why. Okay, yeah.
You're happy. You're happy. You know that.
Yes.
You didn't know that was your day. See, I reminded you.
I know something is today is exceptional, but I wasn't put a finger on it.
It's 2 things. Because you are meeting your son, that's
of
me,
course.
a good repenting boy, slowly changing.
Dear Lord.
I'm changing.
Don't. But I love you as you are, though. I'm not sure I'll recognize the other one that you are planning to become.
So I should remain what I am.
Please be who you are. We love you as you are.
But they say
this is the Umaru Sanda.
They say I'm mean. They say I'm mischievous and all of those things.
Please. Enjoy it. True.
Now that I've got clearance,
enjoy it.
But Mama, it's not good. For 1 year now, since you became minister, no Bobby Taddy, no yake, nothing. No, Mama, you can't treat your son like that.
True.
So you will change?
I will.
You also change?
No, I'll bring the food. I have no intention of changing.
You know.
Now, how wagava to me.
Amen.
Lamasan abokadrika.
Amen.
Nunyona monava.
Amen.
Dagbanava.
Amen.
Lamasan.
Amen. God bless you. Thank you so much. That was Happy New Year. We're wishing in number 9 channel. I mean channel 9. Sorry, channel 9. Moga, let's talk about your ministry. First of all, congratulations.
Thank
Elevated. You are heading the ministry. Did you see it coming when President Mahama won? Did you see that you would become Minister for Tourism?
Well, hello to all your listeners, and a special one to His Excellency the President, the Vice President, the wife of the President, Chief of Staff, and my colleagues and everyone in NDC and government, and of course Ghanaians. Did I see it coming? I heard from social media people rallying support that I should be nominated, but I think it is what it is, isn't it? People think that this is where I belong, and no matter what I do, they don't take me out of it ever. So
it's your space.
Thus far, yes.
I'll talk to you about your own ministry, but before then, let's talk about the president and the government. 1 year of President Mahama. What is your own assessment from being an insider? How well do you think you have fared as a government against the government you removed?
Okay, so in answering that question, I need to look at what the mood of the country was before the elections, and the facts we knew then versus what we know now, and how we have managed, well, not we as in government have managed to lift us up out of where we were. We had sunk as a country so low, and I think that His Excellency the President has steered this ship safely, and the applause is out there. I mean, the judgment is out there. How dare me say something different from what the country is saying now? The mood was something else before the election, and once he won, you can tell what is happening in the country. And you don't need a soothsayer to say that so far so very good. Everybody
seems to be saying that, but again, everybody also seems to be saying that sustaining it is the difficult thing. In fact, they say that when Kufuor came, the first year was all rosy and beautiful. When Atamils came, the first year was all rosy. When Akufo-Addo came, first year was all rosy. But it's the sustainability that is the problem. You sit in cabinet, you are in the government. Do you get a sense from the leader of the government, and for that matter, the leader of the country, that this is something that would be sustained? There are people who say, you are just riding on good luck.
Okay, so from very early age, I learned that identifying a problem is half solving it. So if Ghana thinks that this is the record that the country has, of the first year is good for new governments. And so people are not sure whether it can be sustained. But isn't that the reason why we should all put our shoulders to the wheel and say that for this time, we should not go back. We should all support the leader. We should follow the leader. And a leader who is not just leading us haywire, but is focused on restoring, resetting this country to where we all want it to be. I think that I have no intention of questioning who is saying that it's the goodwill we are riding on, but I'm saying that if we look at the measures he's put in place, and you see, in between this conversation should also be the fact that we said all kinds of things when he had 3 years, because he was in court for 10 months, right? In 3 years. When he left and you saw the legacy that he had left as Ghanaians, you knew that you had made a mistake, but you had to wait this long to be able to bring him back. And if that says something about who is in charge, then all I can say is that we all need to be more hopeful, be more willing to sacrifice as much as he wants us to, because we know he's leading us, this country, to a platform where we all be proud of ourselves. So it's a chicken and egg situation for me. Which one do we do first? That the citizens believe that we can save this country together, or that because it's 1 year, first year, that's why there's goodwill and so we are floating on it, or what have you. I think that we can admit that we have all done well for our country in this 1 year, and we must, whatever it is we did, we must continue.
The mandate is a big one that you got, and I'm sure even you yourselves were surprised by the magnitude of victory, which means that there's a lot expected of you.
Yes.
Can you deliver these expectations?
Well, with hard work, with working smart, and with putting the right things in the right place, I am sure that we can do. I have so much confidence in His Excellency the President of the Republic and the Vice President. I know they mean well. Two people with very good hearts and good minds. Look at their track record. Look at Professor Nana Jane. Look what this woman has done for herself and with herself in every space that she's occupied. And for her to be supporting JM1, JM2, I can only be hopeful. Is it going to be a walk in the park? No, it's not going to be a walk in the park. Because I know what Ato Forson has had to do with, of course, the governor of the Bank of Ghana and all the Ato's deputy, Honorable Ampim, and all of the people who are in the economic sector, what they've had to do to bring us here. I know it has not been easy. I've felt it too, but I know that they mean well. I remember one afternoon I walked to Ato's office and I said, "Do you know I'm about to strangle you?" He said, "No, Nyabutar Mamai."
Because something was not
happening. I said, "Do you know that one?" He says, "Nyabutar Mam, obey ye." I say, "Oh, Nyabutar, obey ye." And so, and indeed, I Nyabutar for him, and I see what he's been able to do with the economy. This December, the euphoria, the mood of the country was not just about the birth of Christ only, but about the fact that you wanted something, it was there.
So you are seeing change and you are feeling the change.
Indeed.
Let's talk about your ministry now.
Yes.
Tourism is a big foreign exchange earner for a lot of countries.
Yes.
Ours inclusive,
Yes.
except that there's a view that we are not tapping into the potential that much. If we're to look at just, intra-country tourism, I mean, we organize the Heritage Caravan, and I know what we're talking about. But you know better because you sit on top of the ministry. What is the state of our tourism, our creative arts industry, and what are you doing to push it beyond where it is now? Okay,
so I think that, first of all, let me applaud CTFM. Your group name is
CTFM and ChannelOne TV.
CTFM and ChannelOne TV. For 10 years, isn't it?
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Really, really amazing stuff, what you have done. And thank you for making what we have across the country visible for people to want to be a part of this story. And I was, in fact, yesterday I was in shock when the news had it that you had sold out.
Within 5 hours.
Look, it's unbelievable because I was going to honor 2 people with tickets and it's gone now. So they will have to. I didn't say. Thankfully, I didn't tell them, so it's good. But
sad.
Coming back to,
let me talk to Frema, please help Minister. Otherwise,
Frema is my daughter. I'm so proud of that. This young woman.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Yes. So coming back to your question. Because I don't know any other sector but this one, I realized that we needed to have some things put in place to be able to drive tourism, culture, and creative arts. We had focused so much on festivals and activities that bring excitement, but we also need to have data that government can work with, that you put this in, this is what you bring. So I've been very focused on what is the legal framework within which I'm working. The ministry had, before it became Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, we had the National Commission on Culture, which looked at culture and everything else in between. But with the formation of the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, the National Commission on Culture is not doing the same things anymore. Okay. So all of these agencies under the ministry, some have laws that are old, some have new ones, some have overlapping responsibilities. So I'm looking at how to put them in the proper space. And also, it's important for us to have data. So we've worked with. So
does it mean you are doing a new law, or you are amending the laws?
For amending, we are seeking to amend some of them, the old ones.
Which are your agencies?
So we have the National Theatre, the Folklore Board, the Du Bois Center, the Ghana Tourism Authority, Ghana Tourism Development Company, Museums and Monuments Board, Creative Arts Agency, National Film Authority. What am I?
You mentioned the National Commission on Culture.
Yes, the National Commission on Culture.
So that's also an agency, and
yes, it is. Which one again? So
you're trying to enact laws, or you're trying to work on the laws so that they don't overlap.
No, well, definitely they are in the same sector, so they will overlap. Okay, their roles will overlap. Okay, but for example, the National Theatre, it was set up in the 90s. The things that are happening now will mean that when the National Theatre is looking at being renovated, some new things should be there. The law says they should do so much in the creative space, but the law also did not see that there will be a National Film Authority. Okay. It didn't see that there will be a Creative Arts Agency. Okay. When we started working on the Creative Arts Agency, we were not looking at it as an agency. We were looking at it as a special vehicle to bridge the gap between the National Commission on Culture and the creative space. But now it's an agency. So the law did not know that these changes will come. Do you see what I mean? So
that's the coordination you'll be working on.
The coordination that I'm working on. And to get data, we worked with the government statistician to help us bring to bear the tourism satellite account. So we know what exactly happens in the tourism space. We don't have that data, but thankfully we've been able to do that. Again, with the cultural space also.
Before I go to the cultural space, on National Theatre, which you mentioned, there's a publication attributed to you that $30 million secured to renovate the National
Attributed
Theatre.
to me?
Yes.
Did I write it?
No, I mean attributed to you.
Oh, right.
As in you being quoted as saying something like that.
So let's give the credit to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. Of course, I'm his Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. So if it's attributed to me, then it's in line with that.
So $30 million secured to renovate National Theatre. Are we going to collapse the whole thing?
No. It's a renovation. It's not the whole. I'm not sure that the 30 million is going to be used only for the renovation. This is a Chinese facility that is coming to the sector. for
so
years.
Part of it is going to the National Theatre.
Part of it is going to the National Theatre. We are far advanced, and very soon, I think this year, we should be able to start
for renovation.
But
are we building a new theatre or conference centre? Is there a plan that you are working on as a ministry?
I know that the conference centre is under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I know that Honorable Abla is talking.
Conference centre in the sense of a facility. Yes.
So in all the regions, there are structures that were started that are at various levels of completion. I've gone around to see them. We've done a report. I know that Sekendi is going to finish in a few months or so. We should be done with that one. My job really is to try and see how we complete this, which is the reason why I went to Atufoso's office.
Okay, and that's actually
So yes, all these theater spaces or performing spaces that we have in the regions must be completed.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. So yes, but we are also, when we meet investors and people we think can invest in this space, not necessarily only those who are interested in our sector, but those who have the wherewithal.
Okay.
We are pushing for a 5,000 and over capacity space for entertainment, for meetings. We are not able to push conferences here because we don't have that kind of facility.
There's a project around the castle, Osu Castle. We are told that you have some agreement with Idris Elba to do some.
We're in conversation. I went with him to see His Excellency the President. So we're in conversation, but we have not started anything yet.
You've not formalized?
No, we have not formalized. We have not signed yet, but it's in the pipeline.
You're going to talk to me about culture, what you were doing in that space.
Well, yes.
And when we say culture, what exactly does it mean? When we say Ministry for Culture, what does it mean?
It means our way of life. Everything about who we are as Ghanaians, what sets us apart from the rest of Africa, the rest of the world. Our festivals, our food, our music, our fashion, our music, our dance. That's culture.
Are you supposed to be doing things to promote this, i.e. organizing events, or you're supposed to do
not
policy?
Not necessarily policy. That because you see, once you have implementing agencies, then the ministry is really about policy. But the thing is that I'm both. As a person, I'm both, right? I'm a practitioner and also I'm a policy maker. So in that sense, then differentiating it or separating it is difficult. But as the law is, there are implementing agencies. So we have the Bureau of Ghana Languages, which is language is culture, and the Bureau does its work with promotion, preservation, and harmonization and development of our languages. And the individual who is there now, lawyer Ahiato, is doing fantastic. For example, his institution is one of the institutions that we need to review the law.
Okay.
So we are in the process of sending it to cabinet.
Okay.
It's all done. Then, of course, there's the National Commission on Culture, which is really the driver of culture in the sector.
Okay.
And they have offices in all the 16 regions.
Okay.
And this year we are going to be having NAFAC. Did you ever attend any NAFAC?
I remember it from the newspaper.
Right.
I've never
so
attended.
we want to revive that because it's from that district-based or community-based that you now unearth and promote what is unique to communities.
So you're starting that this year?
This year. We're not starting, we're continuing, we want to revive it because it had gone down.
Okay.
Everything has been around tourism, and tourism people, this is true. Yeah. It's been around tourism, but culture is what feeds the tourism. When people come here, what are they coming to do?
Okay. Let me take you back to tourism.
Yes.
You are an MP from a coastal community. I love going to the beach.
Yes.
There's a beach behind the Independence Square they call Bola Beach. They used to call it that. Then how we call it Bola Beach is sad. But the previous administration started something called the Marine Drive.
Right.
What's the status of the Marine Drive? Because I got a sense that we're supposed to make our beach look beautiful so that it will be as beautiful as what I saw in Mombasa in Kenya or in Durban in South Africa. Not Tiafi.
Oh, can't be fair. They're not supposed to say everything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, dear Lord.
So what are you doing about that, man?
And you said you were changing? See?
No, just this part.
It's just not possible.
No, this part I am not changing.
See why I say remain as...
So what's the idea with making our beaches look beautiful and the Marine Drive project itself?
Look, like everything else in this country, I think we should just stop talking and do what we are supposed to do. All of us must put our shoulders to the wheel. It's easier to promote a clean country than promote a country that is dirty and filthy. Okay? So it's not just the beaches, it's also everywhere in this country, really. We're not responsible for our country enough. But the Marine Drive. So it started when I was deputy minister.
Okay.
And I know where it was when we left. Coming back into the ministry, there were so many issues. It was difficult to just understand what had happened to the project. So we've taken time to get a grasp of it. At a point, I had to invite everybody who I think was involved in the past administration for them to brief me individually. What role did you play and what did you do and what is what? Now I have a fair idea what it is. And in the next couple of weeks, months, we should be clear on what we are going to do with the Marine Drive. The Marine Drive alone is not the answer to clean beaches. I remember that Kafu Kofi Chikata, who used to be with World Bank, when he turned 50, he made us do something he called the Inshona, the walkathon, that we see the beaches from Aplau all the way to Hafasini. And I was on that trip with him. I was deputy minister at the time. We wanted to name and shame beaches that were clean and the ones which were not clean, and to tell the people who had the dirty ones that you can do better because the example is there. But unfortunately, only this afternoon, or was it yesterday in the afternoon, I was listening to one of your shows and there was talk about the beach and how people love the free air. Listen.
Was the MP for Dodo Diodio?
Yes.
He was sitting here last night.
Yes. And I'm thinking, and he's right though, it's true that this is what happens. But my point is, I like eating wache in a leaf with a fork and knife.
No.
People,
why?
people had issues with it. No, don't let's digress, please.
No, don't eat wache in the leaves with a fork and
Magawola.
knife.
Listen, I look, I eat fufu and banku with my hands. I don't know why I'm not able to eat rice with my hands.
I know why.
Why?
I'll take you to the Zongo. We'll discuss it then.
Bojidai.
We'll go to the Zongo. We'll discuss it then. Okay, proceed.
So look, I like that, but you see, you are protesting. I'm protesting that you should tell me that because you like free air and free range, I should allow you to be doing that. We are responsible for this country. And one of the things that we can do to bring in more revenue, to get you to have the water and the streets and the lights and so on, all the other things that you need, is for us to have something we can say, the whole of West Africa, the cleanest beaches in Ghana. You and I have to take that decision.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't tell me that you like to have it at the beach.
It cannot be.
It cannot be. It shouldn't be.
You cannot say that you identify as a beach goer.
No.
You have to
You
go
see,
to the toilet.
I live at the beach. But the law also says that when you build a house, you must have your toilet facilities in it. And you cannot say because you just like to go and have fun at the beach that we should allow you to continue doing that. For how long? Because it's a cultural thing. Some cultural practices must be put in the dustbin where they belong.
Mamaga, the tomb of Atamils, the Asundre Park, would have been a huge tourist destination if it was in some countries. I drove past there recently when I was going for KOD's rhythm on the runway. It looked deserted and abandoned. No one goes there. Then just adjacent to that, we have the Geese Park. It's overgrown with weeds. I don't know if you have a ministry, an agency specifically under a ministry that deals with that aspect, and what can be done to revamp that place and possibly make it look a bit, attractive. In
as much as its role can affect the promotion of tourism in Ghana, then I have a role to play in that. But there are some things that, even though they are tourism related, are not necessarily under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. For example, the Children's Park. For example, the Bree Gardens. For example, Kakumu. For example, Shai Monkey Sanctuary. For example, the Mole. For example, the ones you mentioned where President Mills is buried, may he continue to rest in peace, and the Geese Park. So those facilities belong to the households. So it's not directly under the ministry. But I do know that His Excellency the President had indicated that we should be, that the castle, Wosu Castle, should be a tourist site.
Okay.
So when the paperwork is done and is handed over, then we see what we can do. But it's good that you bring it up so I can follow up and see.
Please tell President that we like that
yes,
place. I want to just ask you about constituency, but we don't. Time to is running away.
Oh, no.
One thing.
Yes.
In the next 4 years, if the reshuffle doesn't affect you, what's the one thing that we can say Abla came to the ministry and this is the legacy?
Ministry or the constituency?
No, ministry first.
Right,
I'll go to
okay.
constituency.
Right.
Ministry, and this is what she left for us as a legacy at Ministry of Tourism, being someone from that space.
Yes. So for the sector, that we are not considered an afterthought, that we are not at the bottom of the pile when the resources of this country is being distributed, that you don't look at us as only a social ministry, but you look at us as the ones who bring the income for the infrastructure ministries to use. Because if you look at the figures that we brought in last year, 4.8 billion and over, then we shouldn't be considered when you've shared everything, as you say in your language, Jara back and how no, we will not accept that. So that's my focus, and which is why I'm getting data to back my claim and have the states look at it differently.
I think I should also ask you this before we leave. How did December go in Ghana?
I think it was fantastic. I think the euphoria, I think the desire for business people to want to do their own thing, and kudos to all the musicians who had their own events, that they didn't wait for us to be, but the agencies under me, the ministry, to start things and invite them to perform. But each of them did something amazing, and it was back to back to back. For a week, I just totally lost my voice.
You're
because
going to every program.
yes, and it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I want to say thank you to all the sponsors, the teams that work with the musicians. Look, guys, I'm so proud of you. But it's not only musicians and so on that did work. The comedians, the fashion people, the food, gastronomy. It's also creative arts. It's also culture. So all of the people in the value chain, I want to just say thank you to you all for your role in 2025 December. It was good.
Great.
We build on it to this year.
We look forward to this year.
Yes.
While you are busy doing Ministry of Tourism, Creative Arts and Culture in Accra.
No, say that name again. Say it again. Get it right.
Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative
there you
Arts.
Go.
While you are busy doing that in Accra, there's a constituency far away near Togo that you are also the representative. How are you able to juggle between the two? And are you able to make time for them? Because you made them promises.
I manage because I have an amazing team, and the constituency executives are also playing their part. And when I do have opportunity, I go. It was easier when I was not a minister and I was just the MP. So I spent more time. To be honest, I spent more time there when I was not a minister. But I do make time to go and spend time with.
I think they have to know that you are now a national asset. So we have borrowed you from the
I
constituency.
think they know. I think my constituents are very thoughtful and very supportive.
For me, your constituency, the biggest thing I think of when we talk about Ketu South is how the sea is angry with the citizens on the earth. How is that coming? The sea defense projects to prevent.
It's coming up very well, and I'm in constant communication with the contractors and the municipal chief executive, and very soon I'm sure that we'll see the end of it. So far, so very good, but most importantly, I don't even think that only the sea defense is all that I'm looking forward to. I'm also particularly interested in the West African Coastline Area Development Project, which is a World Bank facility to look at the coastline from Aplawu all the way to wherever the facility ends. My interest is my part of the constituency, which is inside that project, because it does more than build a sea defense. That one is going to consider also the reclamation of what has been taken by the sea and the nourishment of what is reclaimed, so you can plant on it and do other things. So it's been done in Benin, it's been done in Togo, and I'm expecting that we are able to do that.
We look
and at this point, I want to just pray, just say a gentle prayer in my head for my late colleague, Honorable Murtala Mohammed. He and I share the same building, and this was his baby. And if he hadn't left, I'm sure we would have launched that thing by now.
May he continue to rest.
Amen.
And you too, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Are we done already?
Yes, please.
Oh, dear.
Yes, please. But we'll do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I'm your son. So
yes, and I'm proud to be your mother.
And we have Heritage Month coming up, so there'll be a lot more that
I'll catch up at some point.
Yes.
I'll drive and catch up with you all at some point because you all have too much fun on
you
that
have to
trip.
sit in the bus.
Oh, yes, but the car can follow and out. And then I can come back and do my work.
So you join us from here to join us on day 2, which is from Royal Senchi to Bolga.
When is this?
One day, second March.
I'm here.
Yeah,
second March, I'm here.
We'll be on the
Listen, no, but I've said it on air, so I'm going to join you at some point.
Akbe.
So see you.
That's Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Member of Parliament for Ketu South, the Honorable Dzifa Abla Gomashie. Abla comes before Dzifa.
Tuesday, 7 days later, I got Dzifa.
So Honorable Abla.
There you go.
Then Dzifa is good heart.
Supposed to be.
So may God give you a kind heart so that you tolerate everything I do. Mamaga Akpe so much. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. This has been Point Blank on Eyewitness News. Produced by Bevelyn London, Kobina Wilson, Sami Wiafi, Fred Tete Jabano, Chris Kevin, Esima, Juliana Odame, and Desmond Nyako helped us with the technical production. Up next is Kelly Dried. He's bringing us everything reggae. Have a good night, everybody.